The village was in an uproar, because the fourth mysterious death in a row, which everyone believed would happen, actually did. Satoko-chan's aunt was killed. All the villagers feel rather satisfied about this incident, saying the curse finally fell on her for being a local troublemaker. But I know the truth. When I saw the beaten-up body at the crime scene, I knew Satoshi-kun was responsible for it. Her abuse towards Satoko-chan was getting worse and worse. Satoshi-kun wanted to protect her, so he brought home a baseball bat. All the signs were there, so I didn't even need to hear it from Satoshi-kun. Yet I couldn't avoid questioning myself. I felt bad for the Houjou siblings, who had no one on their side, so I tried to be their ally. In the end, I failed to be any help to them. The phone rang. It was Satoshi-kun. He's never called me before. What happened? Does he want me to help him? If so, I will. I truly feel that way.
監督ですか？お仕事中にすみませんでした。
いえいえ、気になさらないでください。どうかなさいましたか？
車を持っている人が他に思いつかなかったんで。
車ですか？ええ、ありますよ。
実は今沖宮のおもちゃ屋さんの前にいるんです。ミオンのおじさんのおもちゃ屋じゃなくて、もう一軒の歯医者さんの近くにあるおもちゃ屋さんの方です。
ああ、わかりますわかります。
それで聡子の誕生日プレゼントのぬいぐるみを変えたんですけど、大きくって自転車に積めないんです。
大きくって自転サトシ君、あなたどれだけ大きなぬいぐるみを買ったんですか？
I guess he didn't think about it and went to the toy store on his bicycle, and now he's stuck. That's so typical of him. I can't help but smile warmly. In other words, he can't carry both the bicycle and the teddy bear, so he wants me to come pick him up. I told him I'd be right over, and headed to the toy store in Okonomiya. When I got there, I found that the teddy bear he bought is a lot bigger than I imagined.
これは大きいですね。確かにこれじゃ自転車は無理でしょう。
The teddy bear is so big that Satoshi-kun can hardly wrap his arms around it. If he puts it on his lap in the passenger seat, he won't be able to see anything. We loaded the bicycle in the back seat and stuffed the teddy bear in the trunk.
しかし、これだけの大きなぬいぐるみともなると高かったでしょう。
So he actually was able to buy it. This we haven't seen before yet. So this is actually interesting.
ええ、まあそこそこね。
At first, I thought he was sweating because of the heat, but he's acting oddly, as if he has a high fever and his consciousness is coming and going.
どうしましたか？
Uh-oh.
具合でも悪いんですか？
多分、いえ、風邪です。
I don't think it's a cold.
それはよくありませんね。診療所に寄っていきませんか？ 具合を見てあげましょう。
ありがとうございます。
Oh, damn, he does look flushed. Look at his sprite. What the hell? Okay. You're on death's door, aren't you? When he called earlier, he didn't sound this way. Did he become ill all of a sudden?
どうぞリクライニングを倒して楽にしてください。冷房が強すぎませんか？大丈夫ですか？
His face is turning pale. I can tell he has a high fever. Satoshi-kun was pushing himself to buy this teddy bear. A teddy bear this size can't be that cheap. For him to earn enough money in such a short period of time, he must have worked hard and long hours. Maybe he felt relieved now that he got the teddy bear he had wanted to buy. It's not unusual for a person to collapse after reaching his big goal.
しかしよく頑張りましたね。こんなにも大きなぬいぐるみを。さとこちゃん、きっと喜ぶと思いますよ。
喜んで欲しいです。
喜びますよ。私が保証しちゃいます。
もうおばさんもいない。おじさんも帰ってこない。もうこれで聡子をいじめる人はいないんですよね。
そうですね。もうさとこちゃんをいじめる人はいません。だからこれからはゆっくりと過ごしていいんです。
おばさんはいないんですよね。死んだんですもんね。
はい、確かに死にました。検視には私も立ち会っています。間違いありませんよ。だからもう二度とさとこちゃんをいじめたりはしません。
本当におばさんが死んでるのは？
はい、間違いなく。
じゃあたまに通りすがるおばさんにそっくりな人がいても、それはおばさんじゃないんですよね。
Exactly the same as how Keiichi was. Wow, they really were alike. Even with their symptoms and shit. Yikes.
おばさんが実は生きてて退院してきたとか、そういうんじゃないんですよね。
ええ、そんなことはありえません。二度と私たちの前に現れることはありませんよ。
じゃああの人、あれもよく似てるけどおばさんじゃないんですよね。ですよね。
Satoshi-kun pointed at the oncoming car in fear. Of course, the car passed by so quickly that I couldn't see her face. But no matter how much she looks like her, it's impossible for her to be alive.
ほら、あの人もあんなにそっくりでもおばさんじゃないんですか？だって僕を見ましたよ。
落ち着いてください、サトシ君。おばさんは完全に死にました。だからどんなに似ていてもそれはおばさんではありません。
似てる。いや、違う。本当におばさんなんだ。おばさんがまだあんなに殺したのに、あんなに殴ったのに、なんで
I can only try to stay calm and drive. Satoshi-kun is losing his cool. He's delusional. He's seeing his aunt coming back from the dead. Then I finally realize. Satoshi-kun is displaying symptoms of the terminal stage. No shit, Einstein. I need to examine him once I get to the clinic. it's different from Satoko-chan's case. We already have the cure. We can treat Satoshi-kun. If I talk to the mountain dogs, they'll take care of the murder of his aunt. So I can both save him from going terminal, give him back his peaceful days with Satoko-chan. He was deranged until just a moment ago, but now he's gone quiet. He didn't fall asleep. I must get to the clinic while Satoshi-kun remains in this calm state. I don't know how much longer he's going to be calm, but I can see where this is leading. Unfortunately. There's no guarantee that he won't attack me while I'm driving. As if he knows what is going through my mind, Satoshi-kun spoke to me quietly.
監督、これってやっぱりお社様のたたりなんでしょうか。
たたりなんかありません。どうか気を強く持ってください。
里子、ごめん。ぬいぐるみを買う直前まで僕はそのお金でどこか遠くに逃げてしまおうって思ってたんだ。だからそんな僕をお社様は許さなかったんだ。
Oh, damn. The way he said it, too. Ooh, got shivers running down my spine.
僕は兄失格なんだ。僕は
無理に喋らなくていいですよ。まぶたを閉じて休んでいてください。すぐに診療所に着きますからね。そうしたら具合のすぐ良くなる薬をあげますからね。
僕の血の中にも藤虫が湧いてるのかな。かゆい。
書かないで。喉をかいてはいけません。
That's unfortunate. We arrived at the back door to the clinic. I slammed the brakes and stopped the car. Satoshi-kun has already started to claw at his throat. I can't stop him by myself. I asked for some help through the intercom. Some staff members came out immediately. Maybe Satoshi-kun was surprised to see so many people at once because he started to resist. I don't even need to run tests. He's clearly at L5. He's reached the terminal stage, and his thoughts must be filled with delusions and paranoia. Maybe he thinks that the staff members want to kill him. The staff members pinned his arms and legs down and gave him a shot to put him to sleep.
監督、助けて。
You may not think he is, but he's trying,
大
goddammit.
丈夫ですよ。すぐに治療しますから。しばらくの間、楽にしていてください。
Something goes wrong though, doesn't it? Damn.
里子、お願い。
Please take care of Satoko. After saying those words, he fell unconscious.
あらあら、騒がしいと思ったら、これは何事ですの？
サトシ君が急性発症したようです。彼の日頃のストレスを考えれば、いつ発症してもおかしくなかったでしょう。いや、ぬいぐるみを買うまで自制心でそれをずっと抑え続けてきたに違いありません。
なんだか毎年綿流しになると生きた検体が手に入りますわね。これもお社様のたたりのおかげなのかしら。
I don't have time to listen to her nonsense. That's where it ends. Okay. Lovely. I don't know what to do. My name is Keiichi Maebara, and I am hopelessly lost. This is weird. Okay. This is gonna be in the perspective of his father. Okay, Keiichi's dad, what's up? I came to Hinamizawa on a tour to find a lot for a vacation home. When the realtor finished explaining some details, he told us to take a walk until the departure time. Such beautiful scenery and fresh air. I let my senses guide me and, well, here I am. Where am I? I still have a little time before the departure, but I am completely lost. It's a small fucking village. How the fuck do you get lost? Wait, what? Okay, that baffles the fuck out of me, but okay, yeah, sure. Continue the story. This is basically the middle of nowhere, but people actually do live here. If I keep walking, I should run into somebody. Then I can ask for directions. Don't worry. The only thing I need to keep in mind is the departure time for the bullet train. But the more time passes, the more I start to think I was being too optimistic about running into somebody. Because I can't find anybody at all. Maybe I'm walking farther and farther away from where people are. In which case, I'm in serious trouble. So upon hearing someone's voice, I feel immensely relieved. It sounds like little girls are playing nearby. If it's a place where little kids can play, it must be a safe village. I followed those voices. So who are we going to be introduced to? Oh my god, I'm already hitting the mic. Son of a bitch! Upon rounding the wild pampas grass, I can see a beautiful field. 2 girls are playing there. The 2 girls are dancing in the field, filled with blooming wildflowers. What I'm seeing is more beautiful than all of the great works of art I've ever seen put together. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but this looks holier than any religious painting. I don't know why the text is doing that, but okay. Thankfully, I was able to read that last word. Why is it that seeing innocent girls dance around like this makes people feel this way? It's probably because we are sinners. Speak for yourself, boy. You can't live with pleasure and glory alone. We sin. Hey. Yeah, baby. Even as we live. That's why we feel awed by the sight of innocence. It reminds us of the time when we were pure. We grow up naturally, and we lose innocence as we do. And we admire and adore the children who symbolize that which we've lost. That's true. The essence of childhood we lose as we grow up. Start having to pay taxes and work for a living and try to put a roof over our heads and shit. Damn, adulting sucks. Can we have a time machine already? I want to go back to my childhood. Son of a bitch. What?
とかなんとか小難しいことを言いながら変な不審者が僕たちをじっと見ていますのです。
I was not paying attention. What did you just say? Rika, hello.
は
Excuse the fuck out of me. What? Oh, wait, what the fuck? Looking closer, there's a little chip in her horn there. Oh, that must suck. Huh, wonder how the hell that happened.
リカ、あれは不審者ではありませんのです。
So, we're finally within a fragment where Hanyū is. an actual living person here. She's not just a visual imaginary deity presence only to Rika. Interesting now. I'm just saying all this for new people. If you should know by now that I've already said many times in the past videos that I know everything that's gonna happen in Higurashi. Anyway, what? It's been a while since I've done a Higurashi video, that's why I just stated all that. I should shut the fuck up. I should shut the fuck up and just read. Yes. Off to a bad start. And he does not have a line here. Oh well, okay, I'll do it. Sorry, I'm not suspicious. Please, don't call the cops. Gulp. No! You son of a bitch. Don't you nippa me. No, I'm not. Please, god damn it, YouTube's gonna... Oh my god, the FBI. FBI, open up! Don't turn me in. I really wasn't staring. I was using this mirror to fix my hair. Fucking Christ, I'm going back. What? I'm role-playing as the father right now. Shut up! Hey. You keep the other fragments out of this. The girls teased me for a while, and when they got tired of doing that, they went back to dancing around. Realizing that whatever I said would backfire, I decided to leave them alone, and sat down to watch them play. I wonder how old they are. They seem rather young, but maybe they could be close to Keiichi's age. And I just realized that this idiot did not pay attention to what she just said. But okay, whatever. If we move here, Keiichi might meet them at school. If he would see them at school, then they were girls that lived here. If all the children in Hinamizawa are like them, then even if living a rural life may have some challenges, there's a good reason for us to move here. We are not very good parents. We didn't understand what Keiichi was going through, and left him alone until the very end. According to the parenting book I bought, the first few problems are calls for help. In most cases, yeah. It doesn't matter what the action itself is, but the fact that those actions are occurring is a primitive appeal for the child seeking communication. Humans can speak, and that's one of the reasons why we don't notice such signs. We can only hear words through our ears, and we can't sense the signs coming from our son's heart. Keiichi probably thinks it's all his fault. Of course, he's not absent of blame. Of course. Humans aren't dogs or cats. We should know what's right and what's wrong. But it's our fault too, as his parents. To let him think that he had to go that far for us to be able to understand him is really pathetic and disappointing of us. If we had understood him and hadn't cornered him, Keiichi wouldn't have done that. So the incidents weren't only Keiichi's fault. The fault lies with the parents. Everyone in the Maebara family was to blame. I want to explain that to him, but he's still too young and hot-headed to be able to understand. Right now, the guilt he's feeling is basically crushing him under its weight. He doesn't even have the will to live. My wife is the same. She's blaming herself for forcing him to study for better grades. She thinks that's why the incidents took place. And I'm no different. I'm blaming myself for not being involved in my son's education. I think that's why the incidents took place. The cross will be forever on our shoulders, even after the injured child accepts our apologies. Yet our cold society would tell us to die under the weight of that cross. Even so, we have to live. We have to accept our sins and carry our burdens on our shoulders. Maybe we can start a new life here in this village. I thought about all that as I watched the girls dance. Keiichi needs friends like them. Friends like those girls will offer him so much more than the friends who only talked about cram schools and exam results. The girls are playing near a sign that doesn't fit in to this open field. It's a sign about lots for sale, and the name of the realtor who brought me here for the tour is written on it. Does that mean we can live even in this beautiful area if we want to? One of the girls spoke as if reading my mind.
ここはいい村なのですよ。
Yeah, sure, until, you know, things. Oh, shit. Run, boy.
きっと都会にはなかったものがあるのです。
Yeah, that's right. I think so too.
でもこの村にないものをきっと都会のあなたが持ってきてくれる気がするのです。
True. Do we have anything?
ありますのですよ。ああ。僕たちはこの村で何百年間もこうしています。そこには誰も訪れず、何も起こりませんです。だから何も起きないし、何も変えられない。
Isn't that what's good about this place?
何かを変わりたいと思うからこの村に来たのじゃないのですか？
Yeah. You're right about that.
僕たちも新しい人を迎えたい。それは例えるなら水の流れ出ぬ沼の堰を破るようなもの。水は出入りがあるからこそ清水となる。確かにこの村は明治のついこの間まで沼の名前がついた村でしたのです。でもそれが変わり、ひなみ沢という地名に変わりましたのです。沼の水は流れずよどむ。でも沢の水はよどまない。
That's because of the heat that rises up from the bottom of the ground, right? I mean, you know what I mean, right? Something towards that.
それにね。
Ah!
あなたたちが教えてくれるのよ。
Mature voice activated.
堰は破れるものだ。破るものだってね。
Damn, I've been doing Umineko for so long, and now I'm back to Higurashi to try and finish it real quick, and oh my god, that voice. God damn it. All I can see, it hurts, man. I just see her now. I don't see Rika anymore. It hurts, man. It fucking hurts. Are they playing riddles with me? I have no idea what they're trying to say. But there's one thing I know. The villagers are waiting for new people to come here, and they want to build a future with those newcomers. I looked at the sign behind the girls one more time, so that I'd remember this place. I've already decided.
引っ越してくるのを待っていますですよ。
Hell yeah!
前原。
Ah! Wait, what the fuck? Okay, the father don't get lies, but the real estate agent does? Okay, you can go kiss my ass. This is bullshit.
いたいた。お客さん、こんな遠くまで行ったらダメですよ。
Give the goddamn father some lines. Goddamn bitches. A raspy voice from the distance ended this innocent Welcome back, Sinikle. Shut up. A raspy voice from the distance ended this innocent moment. There we go. It's good to be back. It's the realtor. I guess he's been looking for me because I didn't return. Sorry about that. I got lost. I apologized while scratching my head. I turned around to look for the girls, but they weren't there anymore. Quick, hide in the grass. Disappear like we're ghosts. We're spirits. Woo! Anywho, that was pretty sweet. I like that. That was wholesome. That was an awe moment. All right.
これが学校なのかよ。すげえな。さすが田舎だな。
Keiichi, don't say stuff like that. The people in this area love coming here. That was my first impression of the Hinamizawa branch school. No matter how I look at it, it doesn't look like a school at all. It even has a sign that says Hinamizawa Forestry Service.
まあ確かに我が校は営林署さんの敷地をお借りしておりますからの。
Said the man they called the principal as he laughed heartedly.
学び屋は違っても学校であることは同じです。前原くんがこれまで通われていた学校とはいろいろルールが違うと思いますが、大丈夫ですか?
What kind of question is that? Are you okay with that? I'm a student. I have to follow the rules. There's not really a choice. I mean, there is a choice. I can rebel and not follow the rules, but then I'll just get in trouble again, and you know what? Shut up.
はい。
Shit. I heard all the grades are put in the same classroom at the school. I didn't believe it, but I think it really is true. They're all younger than I am, so I guess it will be like kindergarten. Alright. Though it will be interesting to compare to my previous school where everyone looked the same age.
前原くんが転校してきたら、男子の中では最年長になると思います。
I'll be honest, that's kind of like a weird comment to make, but whatever.
ですので、自分の勉強だけでなく、下級生たちの模範になるよう示さなければなりません。
Hell yeah.
下級生は上級生の悪い癖をすぐに真似します。
I'll be a good boy.
先生もそこは厳しく注意していますから、前原くんも下級生に悪い影響を与えないよう常に襟を正していてくださいね。
And I'll be keeping my eyes on you too. Wink.
わかりました。
What? Oh, shit.
努力します。
Hey, I'm 28. Shut up. Keiichi. What she means is that textbooks aren't the only things you learn from. As a member of the class and also an older student, you have to be good example. I know that already. I guess some lines he didn't have. Huh. Okay. That's fine. It throws me off a little bit. I'll be honest. After that, Chie-sensei brought us to an empty classroom and showed me where my desk would be. Since we are all still growing, I'm sure our sizes are very different. Again, that's very obvious. God damn it. There are some desks that are way too small for me to even put my legs under, and also some that are just perfect for me. Yeah. There are approximately 30 desks in here. Ooh. But since all the different grades are in the same room, I'm sure it's very lively. There's also a wall full of calligraphy and art from different grades. It's all pretty exciting. Did I add a Z in there? What the fuck? That was weird. Nothing like my previous school. It reminds me of the days when I truly enjoyed my school life.
父さん、俺気に入ったよ。やっぱり町の学校よりこっちの学校の方がいいや。
That's good. I think my son likes it here. Okay. What gave you that tip? What gave it away? The fact that he literally just said he likes it here? Are you... Okay. Motherfucker. Goddamn parents, I swear to God. I want him to go to this school too. Well, tough titties, it's the only school nearby, bitch.
沖宮の学校の方が設備もちゃんとしていますし、
Oh yeah,
立派
true.
な先生方もたくさんおられますのに。
Wouldn't he have to take the train or bicycle all the way there, though? Even while saying that, Chaya-sensei looked happy to hear that a new student would be transferring into her class. My father and the teachers went back to the teacher's office to get the transfer process going. In the meantime, I decided to stay in the classroom and look around. Oh? I didn't care about the move. I'd lost the will to live because of what I did. I didn't have any willpower, and I couldn't even get out of bed. I have some of those days too. Damn, some days I just want to lay in bed and just forget shit, you know? Depression sucks. So when my parents told me about the move, I thought that wouldn't change anything. But after the move, something did change. I want to restart my life. I want to restart my life and become someone I've always wanted to be. Here in Hinamizawa and at the school, I can do that. I'm not going back to who I was. I'll never again think about good grades are the most important thing in this world. I have a feeling that I can learn the things that are really important in life here at the school. I never had the chance to learn them before now. It's almost embarrassing to put into words. But they are extremely valuable things, and if you don't learn them, you won't become a decent adult. The students at this school learned them a long time ago. To them, they are given. Yet, I have to spend time learning about them even at this age. How to make friends. How to play with friends. To play. Things you can only learn from play. Things like socializing with others, etc., etc. It seems so easy. But it will take me a while to learn them. I pushed those things aside and devoted myself to studying. I'm not trying to say studying isn't important, but you shouldn't become blinded by it. If someone says studying and good grades are the most important thing in life, he's talking bullshit. So I can restart my life here at the school. Finally, I can become someone I've always wanted to be. I noticed two girls looking in at me through the window. The schoolyard must also be a playground for these children, because I saw a lot of them playing there earlier. I guess those two noticed me walking around the classroom and became curious. What did I just say? Did I say classroom? I don't know why my brain is processing words differently. Yeah, you should never take a whole month of break. Well, I kind of had to, you know. Pain and doctor visits and... Okay, anyway. I guess that's natural. I'm a stranger to them. Should I say hello and let them know that I'm starting school next Monday?
ようやく引っ越してきたのです。
It's gonna be Rika and Hanyū? Maybe.
僕は待ち疲れたのですよ。
Hey.
でもこれでまた変わってくるのです。だって圭一はサイコロの6なのですから。
Damn, they're just going they're just going full on, just spewing out everything, huh? What's next? What are you gonna say to me next, huh?
6ではありますですが、圭一の振るサイコロは1がよく出上がりますです。
Hey.
はあ、圭一が悪いわけではありませんのです。
That's true. That's the creator of the game's fault. I'm the main character, bitch. Of course things are gonna happen to me. And I'm gonna be the center of everything. Ah. Okay, what?
全部羽生が悪いのです。お前のせいなのです。
It's all because of you.
圭一に謝れなのです。
Well, actually, not anymore. Now that we've learned some things over in Umineko. Some things are, okay. Some things are at the fault of others, let's just say that. Because of some old-ass bitches. What? Eh?
俺の名前を知ってるのか?
Yeah. She said my name, didn't she? Did I hear her wrong? Nah. I've never met her before.
ミパー、転校生なのですか?
Nah, okay. Rika, stop it. Please, stop it.
よろしくな。前原圭一ってんだ。今度の月曜から来ることになると思うぜ。仲良くしてくれよな。
Sure.
はあ、仲良くしましょうなのです。圭一に古出神社の巫女さんがありがたいお告げなのです。
Ooh, thank you.
転校初日は教室の扉が鬼門なので、入るときは注意なのです。
Oh, fucking Satoko. Son of a bitch. That's adorable.
あと、椅子の背中に画鋲、
Yep.
机の中にはカエルのおもちゃまで入ってます。
Yep. Okay.
でも、何度警告しても、圭一は何度でも引っかかるのです。
Probably because he doesn't believe them. Oh, fucking Christ. Come on. Take the warning, you son of a bitch.
月曜日はかわいそうなのです。
だから面白いのだけれど、たまにはそんな運命も打ち破ってみて。
I can't get over the voice. I really can't. Ah, shit, man.
あなたがそれを教えてくれるのよ。あまたの世界の一つで。ね。
は？
I'll be reminded of the prophecy made by the two girls next Monday because of the actions of a snaggle-toothed girl. That's adorable. I'll realize it too late, though. But I like it here. My name is Keiichi Maebara. This is my new beginning, and this time, I'm going to enjoy it to the fullest. I've been missing out on so much, but I'm going to learn all of those things here. I'm going to absorb all of it. And I'll become someone I've always wanted to become. It may take a very long time, but I'll definitely do it. Atta boy. I like that one. I like that. Man, these fragments right now are fucking top notch. Mwah. Magnificent. Alright. We're in the final steps, boys and girls. Oh boy. Grandfather's articles were trampled upon. We have proof as clear as the pathogen causing Hinamizawa syndrome, so why can't they believe in its life cycle? Because they've never heard of that before? Because they can't imagine it? Because there's no way something so absurd could be true? Don't tell me that. I can't bring myself to care about the limits of those commoners' understanding. Why can't anyone believe the truth of my grandfather's article, which has been proven by the Erie Institute? Why do people continue to believe that humans are a special existence? Humans are simply a species of animal, when various parasites that control their animal hosts exists. How can people declare parasites that use humans as their hosts don't? Wait. Nah, this isn't the problem. Not at all. Because everyone believed my grandfather's article up until now. Isn't that why the Ministry of Health and the Defense Agency lent me their assistance? But out of nowhere, they turned cold. In other words, every bit of their help was because Uncle Kaiozumi had my back. So nobody actually read my grandfather's article. Did they just pretend to in order to make Uncle Kaiozumi happy? What is the meaning of everything I've done up until today? I thought I'd achieved something, but what have I really accomplished? I don't know what's going on, and all I can do is wallow in grief. The more I think about it, the more I no longer understand the meaning of my own life. Didn't my Otakano devote her life to being useful for her grandfather? Then I haven't done anything for him at all. Count 3. With my grandfather and I go on to count 4. What a crazy thing to say. No. If I let my mind wander, doubt about myself and my life will slip in. So, I'm just going to fill the gap in my heart with alcohol. Is it that strange to presume the existence of something that can influence human thoughts? It's true that Hinamizawa syndrome isn't the actual cause of ideology. The best it can do is drive people mad. Socialism or capitalism don't originate with it. In the era my grandfather was living, you couldn't talk about the world without ideology. The article came from that time and age, so some of its influences may be exaggerated or biased. But that's no reason to deny its foresight. You can't simply say it's crazy and push it aside. Besides, the most important thing they ignored is the fact that Rika Furude, the Queen Carrier, holds the fate of the village in her hands. My grandfather had predicted the importance and danger of the Queen Carrier since the beginning. His research on Hinamizawa syndrome. But the hypothesis of the infected community collapsing into madness if the Queen Carrier dies is a Pandora's box that can't be proven. It can only be confirmed after Rika Furude's death, and if she dies, it will be too late. But there's no mistake that Rika is the Queen Carrier and a very special existence. It's clear from the various experiments we've performed that she has a special influence on the infected villagers. Her death really could trigger the collapse of the entire village. That's no mistake. My grandfather predicted it. To say all of that sounds like a comic book. It's just too cruel. For them to call the various preparations we've made to protect her a fictional project that was used to tunnel funds. What I'm doing now is simply what my grandfather was going to do. Therefore, insulting my research is the same as insulting my grandfather. According to my grandfather's article, the first thing that needs to be done when researching the syndrome is to protect the queen carrier. Yet, they ridiculed that more than anything else. The more I think about it, the more their words stuck in my memory. I can almost hear their voices, and I can't stop myself from covering my ears. I'm sure the members of the board of directors think I'm crazy. I was trying to petition for the Erie Institute to not be shut down, but it backfired. The members must think that Hinamizawa syndrome is some kind of joke. And I'm sure they'll push even harder now to put a stop to our research. If that happens, I would have to go back to researching as an individual. In other words, the same as what my grandfather did. There's a limit to what an individual can do. It's doubtful if I would even be able to go back to researching it individually. Once the Erie Institute is disbanded, everyone is obligated to keep it confidential until we die. I signed a contract to that extent. That's not just a simple promise. If I were to break it, a special unit like the Mountain Dogs would come after me to ensure that I keep everything confidential. Even if that doesn't happen, the Erie Institute is to eradicate the syndrome within a few years and to bury every trace of it, including the results of our research. This isn't the normal process of research and treatment. They want to pretend nothing ever happened to begin with. I wanted to continue and complete my grandfather's work, but what's happening now will result in the complete opposite. I'm actually helping to eliminate my grandfather's hard-earned research from this world. A treatment has been created already. Although Erie is as passionate as I am about developing a cure, he's not particularly interested in any other aspect of our research. I hate to admit it, but he has more experience and talent than I do. I'm sure he'll come up with a plan for eradicating Hinamizawa syndrome within 3 years as requested by the new board of directors. And that board of directors will provide just enough funds to bury the syndrome. Erie will do that happily. Just like the time when he disposed of all the research data on test medicine H170, as was requested. All I can do is to passively hinder them, just like they did me, while watching the Hinamizawa syndrome get eradicated. And when everything is over, I will finally complete an article which is destined to be destroyed. Should I kill myself with thoughts of it in my head, so I can at least present the article to my grandfather? He won't be happy even if I did that. On the contrary, he'll be disappointed in me for throwing the research he spent half of his life on down the drain. He won't embrace me, I know that for sure. I wanted to reveal Hinamizawa syndrome to the world. I wanted the world to acknowledge my grandfather's masterpiece. I wanted to carve his name in history and promote him to a god. My grandfather waited, believing that day would come, and he must be patiently waiting still, even after entering his eternal sleep. But I ruined it. I wanted him to become a god. I was going to become a god myself too. Then we will be together forever, and I'll never have to be alone. If I become a god, God won't test me. There won't be any unhappiness. There won't be a sudden train accident. My grandfather won't go away, nor will Uncle Kayazumi. I'll never have to go back to being alone. I am alone. I have no allies. I was just dancing in ecstasy on a stage without anybody watching. I had only just realized that there was no applause, not only ridicule. No, it's doubtful that there was actually anyone in the audience to begin with. My parents died, my grandfather died, and then uncle died. 3 times had God toyed with me, with their rolls of the dice. I thought I overcame each of those trials with my own strength, but I didn't. I was protected by a new guardian each time, and this time I have no guardians left to protect me. When I first arrived in Hinamizawa, I had every intention of challenging God and kicking him off of his throne. But now, forget challenging God. I'm just a loser being toyed with. I suddenly can't find it within myself to care about anything. Because if I cared, I'd be swallowed by sadness, soaking my heart, and alcohol is all I can do to forget about everything. And this is a pretty downer chapter, huh? A luxurious black car abruptly stopped next to me. I became sober immediately, as cars like that remind me of the time when I was captured after escaping from the orphanage. Suspicious-looking men in black suits and sunglasses got out from the car. I realized it instantly. They must have been sent by one of my clients. Being involved in the development of a biological weapon, being the main person responsible for it, and on top of that, being mentally unstable. They obviously don't want me walking around freely. They are going to abduct me, seal me in concrete, and erase my existence. Or so I thought. I expected them to grab me and shove me into the car. But surprisingly, they bowed deeply to me instead.
入江機関副所長高野美代三等陸佐でありますね。
普段はね、今はただの飲んだくれの負け犬よ。
お会いしたい方がいらっしゃいます。どうか私たちにご同行いただけないでしょうか。
拒否してもどうせ無理やり連れて行くつもりなんでしょう。
I'll be killed anyway. I can't make my grandfather's wish come true, even if I live. Cynical thoughts like that ran through my head. Then the person in the back seat said,
無理にとは申しません。ですが、きっと三叉のお力になれると思っております。
I've never met this young woman before. She must be around my age. She knows about the Erie Institute, so she must be somehow connected to my clients. She's too young to be one herself. I bet a client who doesn't want to expose himself sent her. Even if I live, I can't make my grandfather a god. I can't be a god myself either. Who cares about where? A loser like me gets killed anyway. I made up my mind and got into the back seat. As soon as I got in, the luxurious car smoothly took off. Silence filled the car for a time. They are the ones that invited me. I don't have anything to say myself.
ご無沙汰しております。と言っても、おそらくご存じないでしょうが。
あら、そうでしたの。覚えていなくて申し訳ないです。
There were so many people at that funeral. I can't recall any of them. But why is that what she's opening with? Does that mean she belongs to the Koizumi faction?
小泉先生は戦後日本復興のオピニオンリーダーの一人として長く活躍されてきました。今日の平和日本を語る上で 小泉先生の功績に触れずして説明することは難しいでしょう。戦後の焼け野原から復興するときは我が国の勇士たちも一枚岩でしたが、残念ながら今もそうであるとは言えません。平和な時代が進み、焼け野原を知らぬ世代が国の中枢に入り始めるにつれ、当初の高貴な志を知る者は次第に減っていってしまいました。小泉先生はそんな高貴な同志の最後の長老として21世紀へ我が国を導いてくださる大黒柱だったのですが、
小泉先生の死後、小泉派は急速に没落。代わって他の派閥が勢力を伸ばし、いろいろと大変なことになっているでしたっけ？
I heard about these things from Jiro-san. It's really no different from the Sengoku era. When a lord or military leader died back then, the struggle to become his successor brought chaos to the nation. This country hasn't changed for hundreds of years.
その通りです。残念ながら平和日本は住みよい国づくりを実践してきましたが、同時に発足当時の高貴な志を忘れさせてもしまいました。現在東京は各派閥が小泉先生の空けた席と利権をめぐって争いが絶えない状態です。小泉先生をはじめすでに他界されている復興の功労者たちが知ったら、きっとお嘆きになられるに違いありません。
それと私に何の関係が？
あなたはそれの最大の被害者ではありませんか。今日までに風向きが突然変わるような体験を十分にされていると思いますが。
It's true that our research began because of Koizumi-sensei's support, and the pressures we faced under the anti-Koizumi faction have been tempestuous and cold. Maybe for them, every project that Koizumi-sensei left behind is an eyesore, regardless of what that project is. In other words, that simply means they rejected the research itself, doesn't it? Come to think of it, something like this happened to my grandfather too. Back then, Koizumi brought authorities from various fields to see him. They talked down to my grandfather despite the praise they'd given earlier. Koizumi-sensei told me that the masterminds were responsible for that.
hinamizawa症候群の研究はアルファベットプロジェクトで最大のもので、予算、体制その他、プロジェクトの目玉だったと言っても過言ではありません。故にアルファベットの権益を独占したい連中によって、あなたの研究はそのスケープゴートにされたのです。
スケープゴート？
決してhinamizawa症候群の研究が否定されたという意味ではないということです。彼らにとって重要なのはそのプロジェクトの派閥であり、内容ではありません。本日高野さんに特にお伝えしたかったのはそこでした。
結局私は見せしめの羊ということなのね。私が何の研究をしていようとどうでもいい。この研究が小泉派のものであったということだけが彼らの関心。
そういうことです。派閥は風向きそのもの。順風な時もあれば逆風となる時もあります。その変わった風向きを取り戻すのは残念ながら容易なことではありません。
私のクライアントたちが敵対的になったのを元に戻すのは容易ではないということ？
そうです。アルファベットプロジェクトは完全に乗っ取られてしまいました。理事は全て変わり、彼らの私欲を肥やすためだけに決定をします。あなたの捨て身の説明など 初めから彼らには耳を貸す気もないのです。
I grasped my knees, remembering that humiliating day.
ここで一度話を折ります。高野さんにとっての研究の目的は何ですか？
それは研究者としての知的な好奇心か
ら。あなたが祖父と呼び敬愛していた高野先生との約束ではないのですか？
Well, that's surprising. Kaizumi-sensei once told me that this fact could become a hindrance, so I've never told any of my clients about it. How did she find out? If they know that, maybe they know a lot more about us than I think.
どこでそれを知ったんですか？
小泉先生からです。私たちはあなたの敵ではありません。どうかお楽になさってください。
I don't know who she really is, but I know she's here because she wants something from me. So what is it that she wants? She knows about the relationship between my grandfather and me, so I can't be careless.
ただ、私たちがあなたの力になるには、あなたに本当のことを話していただかなくてはなりません。つまり、腹を割っていただきたいということです。
おっしゃる意味がわかりません。
高野さんがhinamizawa症候群を研究する本当の目的は何ですか？
To have my grandfather's masterpiece acknowledged for what it is, and to have him become a god.
高野先生の研究を世間に認めさせること。あなたの祖父が心を込めて書き上げた論文を踏みつけてないがしろにしたことへの復讐。
She's reading my mind! I'm reaching the limit of not letting my surprise show on my face. How much does this woman know about me? In the first place, who is she? How does she know everything I'm thinking? I can't admit that out loud in any case. I have appearances to consider. But while this elegant woman was wearing an angelic smile, she laughed with a devil's seductive whisper, several times better at it than I am. A simple smile and a devilish grin are completely different. An ordinary smile means goodwill, but a malicious smirk means the complete opposite. This woman can read my deepest thoughts, and while doing so, she's testing me to see how honest I can be with her. Whether I tell her the truth or not isn't the issue here. She's testing me to see if I can trust her enough to confess everything.
もしも私の言っていることが全くの勘違いでしたら、どうかお許しください。お好きな駅までお送りさせます。でも、もし私の言っていることがあなたの本当の気持ちに少しでも近いのでしたら、私とあなたは力を貸し合える関係になれると思います。どうですか、高野美代さん。
I can't say anything in reply, but I think that simply remaining silent might also be an answer. I want to hear what she wants from me. I've always phrased my objective as some vague idea of turning my grandfather into a god, but she's just taught me what my true objective is. I want to get revenge for my grandfather's suffering. I want those people to fight over the right to read the article they once trampled on and mocked. I want them to believe, no, to worship every single word my grandfather left behind. That is my true objective. This woman has stated out loud that which I have only whispered within myself. She even asked me if she was correct. Is this woman an angel or a devil? If I am a human, is she an existence above me?
あなたの不幸は自分の目的を具体的に理解していなかったことなのです。だからいつまでも惰性で研究を続けても至れない。Hinamizawa症候群の神秘を探るという抽象的な目的を掲げ、いつまでも達成できず、自らの人生に疑問を抱かざるを得なかったのです。そうでしょそう、それは違う。あなたの真の目的、いや、夢はそんな抽象的なものじゃない。思い浮かべることができますか？それはこういう情景。この国の中枢を預かる真の頂点たちがあなたの祖父の論文を読み、その内容に驚きながら一片の疑いもなく信じてくれること。彼らは裏側に足跡が残るその論文をうやうやしく読み、その先見性あふれる研究に敬意を示し、恐れおののく。どう想像できましたかしら？
This is my first time envisioning something like this. And yet, it's been my dream all along.
Hinamizawa症候群という言葉はあなたの祖父が作られたのでしょ。その言葉がこの国の津々浦々にまで響き渡り、あなたの祖父の生み出した言葉が永遠に刻まれて残る。
永遠に刻まれて残る。
そう、それはあなたの祖父が、その偉業が永遠の存在に昇華されるということ。それがあなたが高の御代として生涯を捧げる夢じゃないのかしら。
My grandfather's masterpiece will be remembered forever. Remembered forever.
なのに、その偉業を全く理解できない豚たちは、あなたのその夢を単なる派閥争いや権益の奪い合いの生贄とし、無残に踏みにじろうとしている。あなたの祖父の論文をぎゅっと踏みつけたようにね。あなたは悔しい。とても悔しい。あなたが一生懸命作った資料を、そう、あなたのおじいちゃんが一生懸命作った論文と同じもの。それを踏みにじり嘲笑った彼らが許せない。おじいちゃんの偉業をバカにした豚どもが許せない。そうでしょ。そうじゃないですか。本当はそう。それを心優しいあなたは人を罵る言葉を知らなくて考え至らなかっただけ。
An indescribable emotion is filling me, making me feel like I'm suffocating. The sensation of being cautious and calm, of trust and mistrust, are all blending together. My heart is beating fast, and my fingertips are shaking. Why am I at peace? Is it because she reminded me of my true dream that I couldn't express with my own words until now? Is it because she made me aware of the anger within myself? Why am I hesitant? Is it because she's reminded me of things I've never told anyone until now? No, those are the things I've never even told myself.
ねえ、ミオさん。もし私の言ったことが間違っていないどころか 大正解なのだったら、私はあなたの夢や復讐をきっと手伝ってあげることができると思います。どうなさったのかしら。大具合が悪いのかしら。ならもうこれ以上お話に付き合わせるのも悪いですわね。もうよ、違う。
A small noise leaked pathetically out of my mouth, like a child apologizing for a prank.
何かおっしゃったかしら。
I know she heard me. The woman smiled, trying to make me say it again.
違います。具合悪くないです。
ならよかったです。話を続けましょう。
私の夢がそうなら、あなたに何ができるというんですか。
あなたの2つの復讐をお手伝いします。一つはあなたの祖父のための復讐。あなたの祖父の論文を嘲笑った者たちにもう一度うやうやしく手に取らせてやりましょう。彼らが土足で踏みつけたその論文をね。もう一つはあなたと祖父の約束であり心のつながりでもある症候群の研究を派閥争いだけを理由に踏みにじり、研究を彼らの権益のためだけに終わらそうとする理事会への復讐。あなたの目の前で資料を踏みにじり、あなたの人生さえも踏みにじろうとした豚どもへの復讐。
祖父の論文を手に取らせ、それを踏みにじった理事会に復讐する。
こちらも腹を割りますと、もちろんお手伝いをするのは私たちの利害が一致するからです。小泉先生が日本の未来のために立ち上げられたプロジェクトを先生亡き後に食い物にしようとする輩を放置することはできません。私たちにもっと力があればそのような輩の介入を許しはしないのですが、風向きは変わり、もはやプロジェクトは小泉先生の理想には戻りません。豚どもが私欲を肥やすための豚小屋となり果てました。そのようなプロジェクトをこれ以上放置することはアルファベットプロジェクトの名付け親でもあられる小泉先生も望まれません。プロジェクトは小泉先生の理想を離れた時点で畳まれるべきなのです。
派閥争いの生贄羊を今度は狼にしようというつもりですか。
あなたが今のまま生涯公開できぬ祖父の論文を胸に隠居されることを選ぶおつもりでしたら、無理にとは申しません。
No, I won't let that happen. I don't mind falling to the ground myself, but at least my grandpa's article.
あなたとおじいちゃんの結晶である論文を永遠のものにはしたくないですか。それはだってあなたの念願のはずじゃないのですか。
それが私の生きる目的。
あなたの本当の夢を叶えるチャンスを私たちがお手伝いします。
Yeah, I know, I did it early. God damn it. Okay. On the night I decided I was a loser in life and drowned myself in tears and alcohol after being abandoned by everything, I met someone who could be an angel or devil. Is this divine salvation or the devil's seduction? I fought with the board of directors regarding the continuation of our research, But that was completely off target. That wasn't my true goal. My objective isn't to continue researching Hinamizawa syndrome. It's to have the world acknowledge my grandfather's research as a masterpiece. Somehow the method for achieving that swapped places with my objective and caused me to misunderstand myself. The purpose of my life isn't to continue my grandfather's research. It's to get revenge and repay them for my grandfather's suffering. That's what this woman is saying. She's promising to make my grandfather's research eternal. She's also promising an opportunity to take revenge against those who laughed at it. When Uncle Koizumi died, I thought God was playing dice with my fate. But my unshakable conviction gathered together a power stronger than God's die. So maybe this meeting happened for a reason. Curse you, God. You're testing me again. I will overcome the death of Uncle Koizumi. And I will make my grandfather an eternal existence by taking revenge against the God who tested me. I will, for certain. I will take my revenge. Bow wow. Oh my lord, that was a long one, huh? Usually they're like 15, 20 minutes. This one was close to 40. Yeesh. June 1983. With this, do I have all the pieces lined up for 1983? It sure is a hard and exhausting job just lining up the pieces for the month of June. But finally I am at the starting line, beginning from zero at last. Yet, seeing all these colorful fragments together, I realized just how many sentiments were intertwined around June of 1983. I used to think that thoughts of people with no relation to me were useless. But I was wrong. Rika Furude did her best to overcome the fate of June 1983. She did two things. One was to get in touch with the Erie Institute because she knew she would be protected there. Ironically, Takano from the Erie Institute was the one who wanted to kill her, but it was the best move for her at the time. And the other was to ensure that the Maebara family moved to Hinamizawa. It actually wasn't certain that the Maebara family would move there. They first decided to move here when the father felt something sentimental at the sight of us on the day he came to view the properties for sale. Therefore, it was necessary for us to play in that field. It was the trigger for the Maebara family's move. It took me so long to find that out, though. After turning various conditions on and off repeatedly, I finally realized that meeting Keiichi's father at that field was the cause. Keiichi Maebara is a very important key for breaking Rule Z, one of the chains that was binding me. Hey, that rhymed. He is the fresh air that's powerful enough to break all of the old and evil customs in this village. He created many opportunities, but he also provided me with an important clue by letting me know that a strong conviction and the will to believe is what's important and standing up against a powerful fate. But I wasn't the only one who wanted him here. People in the Sonozaki family who wanted to wipe out the nastier traditions of the village also wished for him. Mion Sanozaki vowed to herself to protect Satoko and Satoshi because she was very much bothered by how irrational the treatment of the Houjou family was. And on the night Satoshi Houjou disappeared, she exploded at Oryu Sonozaki and voiced her true feelings. Oryu Sonozaki understood. Oryu herself had come to understand the wicked customs of the village. Oh my god, they're so wicked. And had been wanting to do something about it. But she didn't have the power to do it herself. So she entrusted it to the fresh air that was blowing in from the outside, Keiichi. That was why the lots went on sale, so the Maebara family could move in. Hell yeah. Even if I danced in that field, if Oryu hadn't put the lots on sale, Keiichi couldn't have come. And Rena Ryugu, who provided many important opportunities for Keiichi Maebara, was saved by returning to Hinamizawa after the deep emotional trauma of her parents' divorce sent her into terminal condition. Keiichi Maebara's wish to restart his life was the same wish Rena Ryugu had a year prior. Maybe that's why Rena was able to understand Keiichi. It's like the miracle where one can recognize moments in a certain fragment from another fragment. If they can use the lessons learned from one fragment, then humans won't make those same mistakes. The game pieces will make their best moves, and the chances of winning this game of June 1983 will rapidly increase. In other words, Rena Ryugu makes extremely important moves on this game board without realizing it. The mighty Rule Z that surround the Houjou siblings were eventually smashed by their actions. Of course, Satoko overcoming herself was also a big help. Their hands met only because they reached from both sides. Keiichi and Rena are the ones who taught me that. Mion is the one who made it possible for them to move here, and she also helped them to become familiar with the village. That's not all. Iri was also an important piece with significant functions of his own. Feeling empathy for Satoko, he is the most influential piece on the board we call Hinamizawa Syndrome. His existence is capable of defeating Rule X. Keiichi and Rena's determination and subsequent awakening taught us that it was possible to fight against Rule X, but they didn't defeat it. Defeating Rule X requires the existence of Iri, who has the strong will to discover a cure for the syndrome. I didn't know Iri held this many thoughts within him. I always thought he was rather absent-minded, but he is, in fact, an important and powerful piece. So if we gather all this power, can we win against Takano's will? I've seen Takano's thoughts too. Sadly, her will is strong and can't be easily broken. It's no wonder our fate in June 1983 has been so hard to shake, no matter how hard we fought. The sentiments I've been turning towards is pale in comparison to how many she's brought into it. The weight of our game pieces are different, because I've given up on fighting while she has been risking her life to fight on. I've spent time sulking and drinking wine to escape from reality. Must be a very light piece indeed. I can't win against Takano with what I have so far. I need more pieces to be able to win. The officer Oishi once showed the possibility of becoming a strong ally. But he's under the misunderstanding that the Sonozaki family caused the death of his dear friend. So until that gets resolved, he won't be of any help. I don't know how I can resolve that misunderstanding, but I just have to believe in it and keep throwing the die. Just like Keiichi and Rena constitute a chance to change fate. Maybe Akasaka has the power to create a chance as well. Did I say his name right? Akasaka. Yeah, I guess I did. A lot of A's in there. The curse of 1983 is tied to the curse of Hinamizawa. The curse can't be broken by inner power alone. It takes power from outside as well. Both sides have to reach out, otherwise the hands won't meet. Just like what happened with Satoko. But Akasaka has never come to our aid. Even if he did, it was always too late. Too late. Far too late. I love how they repeated it 3 times. But if I keep throwing the die, will Akasaka's game piece eventually eventually appear? The final rule, Rule Y, involves the evil masterminds who are using Takano as their own game piece. To defeat them, I need a very strong opponent for her. And the only one I can think of is none other than Akasaka from the police headquarters in Tokyo. There are more pieces who would lend me their power. I need to gather them all, otherwise I can't win against Takano. The preparation of the game board is complete, but I need more pieces. It's only the beginning. And here we go. Like we've just said, the preparations are complete. Let's get it on. The final stretch, folks. Here we go.